Hello. We're right on time, getting ready for episode 2 of The Mandalorian. You'll notice things are a little different this time because unfortunately I got COVID this week, so I had to make do with some things here. Um, but not too bad, not too bad. So we'll give a second for everyone to come on and make sure that everything's working properly. It should be. Let me just double check on the Facebooks and the Twitters. I can hear myself. I don't know if that's through my headphones. But yeah, give me a yay if everything is working. I don't see anybody yet. I know it takes a little bit of time, so let's just see on Facebook. Make sure we're good there. Oh, perfect. Yep, it's live now. Wow, I see it. All right. I see share there. Perfect, perfect. All right, make sure everything's working on Twitch, and then we'll kind of get into it. And just making sure all the volumes and stuff are working good. And checking. Awesome. I see that. Cool, 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 cool. So we got a little bit of a lag, but it's all good. Awesome. All right. Well, hello to everyone who may or may not be watching. Thank you so much for joining the stream. My name is Rory Ross. I had the extreme fortunate uh, case that I got to work on several of the shows. I've been on Kenobi as a stormtrooper. I've been on Tusken as a Tusken Raider on Book of Boba Fett, and now a Mandalorian in Mandalorian season 3. And we've got to see. Hey, I hear you, Mando. Yes. Let me pop my buddy Mike. So anyway, so it's been amazing. But to kind of give you a quick little story, basically the reason why Star Wars is such an important thing in my life is because when I was a young boy in a faraway land named Iowa in Lockridge, a small city, it was there that unfortunately I contracted a rare fungus on the back of my head, and my scalp was literally falling off. It was pretty nuts, and had to. We didn't know what was going on. Had to go through, different surgeries and etc. And that first day, I was at the hospital, freaking out, didn't know what was happening. I went through a decontamination chamber at the Iowa City Children's Hospital, which is freaking scary. It was like a zombie movie where like people in hazmat suits and they're taking you in. You're like, what is happening? But through all that traumatic aspect, my mom, being the wisest of them all, she went to the media library and brought Star Wars: A New Hope. And hearing, and we're actually just seeing Luke's journey as he starts from a farm, which is what I could resonate with, and then going from that into becoming who he is, who he becomes a greater person and goes through all these insurmountable obstacles and makes it out to the end. It gave me the hope that I was going to be okay. And it was the hope and inspiration that I needed at the time. And so it has been my hope, my dream, ever since I left, to bring that same hope and inspiration to people like Luke Skywalker did for me. And so it is with a grateful and humble heart that I have been able to be a part of the Star Wars universe in a small way. And it is my hope to make a difference. And so with that, I want to show you guys what I've been working on. This is called May the Charity Be With You. So this is, as you can see right here, May the Charity Be With You. Had to do a little Star Wars theme, obviously. But one of the ways I'm giving back is through this. So I'm running the LA Marathon in support of Charity Water. So real fast, to kind of get a reference on what Charity Water is, I'm just going to go ahead and let um, the Scott Harrison, the CEO, give you a little brief introduction. So give me one quick second. I got to change the mic, and then you should be able to hear the sound. So give me a quick second.
no one, no man, no woman, no child should ever have to drink green water with bugs, with algae, with disease in it. Bad water and a lack of toilets kills more people than all the wars in the world. We know how to bring clean drinking water right now to every single person on earth. And when you can bring water into communities, it truly transforms them. It changes everything. Or you could know that you'd made a difference. You could know that you had truly impacted the life of a family, of a community, of a region. There was either clean water or there wasn't. We believe in a world where every single person has clean and safe water to drink, and we will continue fighting until that happens.
So this brings me to almost tears every time, because it is a really crazy statistic to think about when we have all these things that are happening across the world, and we think of just sometimes just the craziness of the world, wars, and just bad things that happen all the time, and people are affected. This in itself kills far more people. And it's something that we can take care of in this time period. There's nothing that is stopping us, and we have the ability. And so, the craziest thing is doing nothing. And for me, this is something that's really important and dear to my heart. And why I'm doing these Mando watch parties. It's not for me to get out there and for people to know who I am and be like, oh, he was a Mando. It's more to bring awareness to this fantastic cause. And one of the coolest things about Cherry Water is that whenever you or I give a donation, 100% of that goes to actually building the wells or the water catchment systems. And when you donate, you actually are able to see exactly where that donation goes to. So you can see right here. So private donors cover their operating costs, so that again, 100% of all public donations go directly to water project costs. And that's amazing. Not a lot of charities can say that. And not a just yeah not a lot of charities are able to say that, and what Charity Water does and how they change lives by providing this clean water so that the people don't have to worry about the water, the substance that they need to survive. It is not the thing that is potentially going to kill them, and they can dream, they can manifest and look into a future instead of being worried about the very thing they need to survive could be the thing that's killing them. If that isn't there, they can dream of their future and something better. And so right now we've got $111. So $6,000 goal is what we're trying to get with all the runners that are part of this campaign. But my personal goal is at least to try to get at least $500 before I do the LA Marathon, which is on March 19th, coming up very quick. So this whole little COVID thing doesn't exactly help me in terms of my training, but we're gonna do it. And it's 26.2 miles. I've never done a marathon, but what's crazy is that a lot of these people in these other countries, they have to walk miles every day to get that water. And again, that water may not be safe for consumption. So we're trying to go for $500. You can see right now with 111, it's about 2 people will get clean water equivalently. And so, yeah, by getting 500, that will at least increase by a little bit, and we can make a difference. And so that's really what it's all about for me. The last stream, we actually got, I think we got like $30 or $40. So that was pretty awesome. And big shout outs to everybody that donated and made that possible. That really helped out. So if you donate during the stream, we'll get a live shout out from me to say thank you so much for making that happen. And then we'll also make sure that we put you in the socials and say thank you as well, so that you know how much that means to me and is making that difference. So yeah, that's really why we do all this. Obviously, it's fun to reminisce and remember all the times I had on set, and um, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. But again, the most important part for me is just trying to increase donations, increase awareness of this than anything else. And so, if you help out with that, I'm super helpful or super thankful. And then, if you're not able to donate, no worries. If you don't mind sharing and just getting a more audience on this, that's awesome as well. So let's check out and see. I think we're a little early, but let's see. Season 3. Oh, it's here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have this window. We're going to put a little timer so that everyone is able to. Oh, I said pause. Not sure why. But there we go. So we're gonna pause, and once I start it, then everyone will be able to see where we're at. Now there won't be any spoilers. So basically, I'll be commenting on what is happening in it, and like in live, being like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing! This is great." Maybe little side stories here and there, but nothing that's going to spoil or give you ideas about future episodes. I want you guys to enjoy this, have a great time, nerd out, and again, get eyes and awareness on May the Charity Be With You with the Charity Water campaign that we're doing. So, yes, and we'll shout out for the donations. So let me just resize my windows, and then we're gonna get ready. And I might actually just go right into Bad Batch afterwards too, because I think that episode just is probably gonna come out around the same time. So let me just move this, and then we'll get ready. So I'm actually going to put this over here. I can move this. And then, sorry about the moving the mouse. All right. Get it all primed, ready. And if I can time it just right. There we go. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I just realized I gotta change the sound on my side for my browser so I can hear it, because otherwise it won't go through. So give me a quick second. Sorry about that. Make sure. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna start. Here we go. Ooh. Yeah, this last episode was so great. Starting from the very beginning. Apologies. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, right at the beginning. So right now it's doing the recap of some of Book of Boba Fett. Oh. Ah, that M1, baby. So pretty. Seeing it in person was really cool. Oh man, here we go. All right. Oh, I was really hoping they were going to do the what they did last week, where they had the ominous sound playing in the background. That was so cool how they utilize that. Honestly, I would have loved that for all the episodes. is that Padres? This is a cool little shot. All right, now some Rhodians. Totally. I wonder if we're gonna see the droid again that we saw, the Jedi Fallen Order droid, BD. BD? BD? I don't know if it's actually BD1, obviously, but it's like the same sort of. Yeah, the pit droids. Oh. Mhm. Oh, Boots Eve. So if anyone knows Boots Eve Classic, that's pod racing right there for sure. Hold on a second, my cat is like trying to get attention. Oh my god. That droid looks a little familiar. And if you remember, she had a thing with the Jawas in Book of Boba Fett. It's very interesting. Oh, love that sound. Amy Sedaris. Great, great, great. I got Nuzzle Shrew. That's an interesting comment. Whoa! Grogu just did like a little somersault out there. Did he just speak? Whoa, that's cool. She just brought up Boba Fett. I don't know. If that's like gotta be something for future, or if that's just like a throwaway line. What are the Jawas? Spoken Javanese. Right? Spelunky. Oh, wait. I feel like this droid we know, like R5. It is our. Well, she just said it is an R5. Is it the same R5 that blew up its motivator from A New Hope? R5D4. Oh, Grogu's gonna miss out on a spot. He's no longer in the cockpit, but hey, he's hanging out with Mando. He's got the best seat in the house on Mando's lap, right there. Can't remember if she said that before or not. May the force be with you. So this is what the fireworks were in the trailer. I was curious about that because it reminded me of something else. The Mines of Mandalore. All right. I mean, that first episode we picked up so quick, and I loved it. We set up a lot of different beats. We saw some Mandalorians, uh, and then talk about Mandalore, Bo-Katan. Oh shoot, is this? He's talking about Mandalore. Dang, the Beskar. Concordia. If anyone knows the Concordia moon, that's like had to do with Death Watch, if I'm not mistaken. We haven't had that mentioned since Clone Wars. That was so interesting. Yeah, because Jim was like, "Do you see that moon? That moon over there, Concordia?" Before he even said Concordia, I was like, when he pointed at the moon, there's only one moon that I was aware of. Um, so Concordia, okay, because he said he's never been to Mandalore, which was interesting. Ooh, like that. It's cool. I like the storms. The storms are remind me a little bit of like Camino. Oh wow, that's a great shot. And the fusion bombs from the Purge mess around with the equipment. He said they're completely cut off from the rest of the galaxy because of the fusion bombs causing magnetic interference. Interesting. This is cool. Kind of reminds me of like Superman Sanctuary. Uh, what is it called? Something like that. Where he goes up in the poles, kind of recharges. He sent out the R5. Like I love the droids again. Just have so much personality. Like obviously, RCD2. It's hard to surpass the grumbles and the happiness of R2. But R5 has some good stuff going on right now too. He's asking for it to get a sample of the air, obviously to see if it's habitable for them to get out. I'm guessing. Oh, that thunder scared the crap out of me. Grogu's making a little bit of noise. I wonder if we're actually gonna hear him like super audible. He's gonna. Oh. Grogu's like real sad. He's like, "Hey, come up, come up." I don't know if we've heard that before, where he could pressurize his helmet. That's interesting. But we're getting a little bit of like breathing, so it's kind of like rocking a little bit of the Vader aspect. Dude, Grogu's so cute. Not gonna lie. Uh, this looks like it's from the trailer too, where the alien when Grogu like takes him out. I'm not 100% sure. Mm. Whoa, this is cool. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of like Cause of Doom. The heck is that? So these are like, oh, the dark saber. Let's go. He still hasn't learned how to use it, so that dark saber's still feeling really heavy on him. Anyone knows that the dark saber, it's if you basically don't, like it knows if you're like fearful sort of thing, something like that. They talk. But he had a hard time using it in Book of Boba Fett, and this is similar right here. Damn, oh, that was weird. Oh, R5 got knocked down. Knocked down. That was interesting. Yeah, but the creatures kind of look like monkey. I don't know. It was a weird, interesting mixture. Hard to maybe from comics or something. I don't know. I didn't really read any of the comics. The Darth Vader comics. I did see some of those. Those were pretty great. But I don't really know a lot about like. Ah, interesting. So he just discovered that it is breathable after all, and Mandalore is not cursed, just like Bo Katan had said to him once. Oh, this is looks more like from the trailer. Or is it the same cave? I'm so confused. I'm not 100% sure. It is. I was like looking at it. I'm like, this looks so much like where the battle happens between Darth Maul's people uh, and Death Watch, and then also Bo-Katan's the Night Owls. They did a really good job. Because he said Civic Center, and I'm pretty sure it's the same place. I love the callbacks to doing though, like with last week with Purgil, with the callback to the Rebels finale when Ezra and Thrawn gets taken by them into hyperspace and like deep space. Seeing that was super cool. I want to say there was something else. Oh, I was thinking of the Bad Batch. The Bad Batch last episode had the Zillo Beast, and we remember from Clone Wars when the Zillo Beast got taken out. Palpatine wanted it to be taken out so he could utilize the basically its skin because it was being able to resist blaster shots and even lightsabers. And as soon as that happened, he was like, he wanted to take it out, but then he took a sample of it. And then we finally got to see what he utilized it for all those years later and how the Zillo Beast grows through basically devouring energy sources. So he's in the mines. Said the living one. What the frick was that? It's like a little beast that just kind of appeared, but I don't know if Mando saw it or only Grogu. It almost looks like Grogu has like a little flashlight on his pod, which is pretty cute. This really reminds me of Casa Doom. Not just because like the ruins and stuff, but like in Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship when Gimli's all excited about, hey, the mines. That's where my uncle or cousin was. Um, and then they get there and it's just like completely shallow. This one shot looked like one of the entryways from the mines. Always follow your nose. Oh, snap. You just found Mandalorian helmet. Oh, jeez. Fudge. Oh, that got me. What the heck is that? Scared the Jesus out of me. What the heck? So this like spider droid just took Mando. What the heck? You capture it, like put him in like a jail cell is kind of what it looks like. Jeez, that scared the heck out of me though. It's live, y'all. It's live. I'm just glad I didn't like really like take everything down. This is why I can't do horror. Even though I've done a lot of horror myself as an actor, I just watching it. Also, why I haven't seen The Last of Us. What the heck? It sort of reminds me a little bit of like the what the fudge? There's like a creature. Okay, as if the drug wasn't scary enough. What is that? It's like a cybernetic. Uh, I don't know. It kind of reminds me a little bit like of Grievous. Is that a vibrosaur? What is that? Can't tell if he like stunned him or like what happened exactly. Just took his dark saber. But didn't get Grogu. Grogu's still good. I mean, he can easily. Grogu could easily just like break that thing open. Waiting for him to call him like Dada or something. Like that'd be pretty cute, like Space Daddy. He's like really. It's really cute. They're utilizing a lot of like baby sounds. Like careful, Grogu. He's using the Force. Uh oh. Whoa! Get out. Grogu's getting out. He got shocked a little bit, and then he was able to get in his little pod. It's really cute. Okay, there's more creatures. More creatures. Dude, they're getting some good little jump scares in this. Ah, this is from the okay. Grogu's like, get out my way. Oh, this is cute. Oh, jeez. We got a lot of stuff happening right here. It's like a flying crocodile sort of thing happened. That droid kind of looks familiar. So does Bo just chill on that throne mm, as oh, she just saw so Bo just saw the M1 come in and she thought it was Mando and she was like, we need to make him leave. She changed her tune really fast. Oh, taking off with a Mandalorian ship. I kind of like it though that they went ahead and got her in on Mandalore in the same episode. I thought they were potentially going to wait it out, but it's nice that they just continue on. She looks a little different there for some reason. Oh man. Oh. Grogu is he's making the cutest sounds at it, so he's helping Bo-Katan out to find Mando. R5, what are you doing? Oh, he's just getting the. I was about to like take off with the ship. What I'm curious about is because obviously time is kind of a crazy thing in Star Wars. Sometimes well, apparently Grogu was with Luke for a year to 2 years, so we don't know exactly how much time has passed by. But I'm curious how much time has passed by from. Is it like a few days since Grogu left? Well, I feel like the Mandalorian planet that uh, Bo was on shouldn't be too far from Mandalore. Eh, yeah, Bo remembering back in the day. It's a throwback. What I'm curious about is this creature that we saw take Mando. If it's of its own sentience, or is it being controlled, or they're left by remnants of the Empire? Like, it's hard to know because the Empire was the one that purged it, obviously. So, like, could it be just left there? Yeah, Grogu has this little light on uh, his little vehicle, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty cute. I was talking about when she used to work with Jedi, which would have been like Ezra, Ahsoka, uh, Obi Wan, Anakin. It's been a second. Dang, how'd she know? That was woo. Let's go, Bo. Bo, don't mess around. Oh, we get to see the energy shields. We haven't seen those since Clone Wars. That was cool. That was cool. 'Cause I don't think we saw those in live action yet. That was cool. I missed it a little bit. She was talking about the creatures. What the? Is he experimenting on them? He's so Mando just got skewered by the creature. Looks like he's taking his blood. Okay, that's an OP freaking weapon over here that he's utilizing. Oh, just got the dark saber. Ooh, what the heck? What the? Oh, this isn't good. That's just not fair, man. Jeez. Oh, that works. I was like, man, that was crazy. Yeah. She was just saying how like Grogu helps her find him. Hmm. She's feeling pretty low. She's just basically saying that even though she said that the planet isn't cursed anymore, she's like, but she feels like it is because she remembers, back in the day how it was when she ruled. She's missing the Gauntlet. That's what the name of it. Forgot. Mm. So Bo's going to help out Mando to find the living waters, even though she's like, look, you really believe in those children's stories because the belief there is that the living waters has something of magical properties, is what it seems like. And so Bo's like, no, that's more of like wives' tales. Yes, they exist, but do they give you something? No. But Mando says, I have to redeem myself. Without the creed, what are we? We are just scattered amongst the wind. The creed is how we survived. So, oh man, I just love the glimpses that they're doing of the old civic center, like how it's all been destroyed for the purge. Mm. And she was just kind of was giving a little glimpse of like basically all the infighting that was occurring Clone Wars right before the Empire took over, and because of that, just like the Jedi that were fighting against you know an enemy that they thought was an enemy, like the CIS, the Confederate systems, by getting the Jedi just to fight, it already broke them up because they weren't supposed to be warriors. They're supposed to be peaceful. They changed. Once that happened, the Jedi lost. They lost who they were, and they lost uh, the battle. Clearly. Mm. Hmm. That was interesting. So Bo was just talking about how her father died to defending Mandalore, and then he was like, "This is the way." Mandalorians aren't really known for their sympathy or almost a loving and attachments, just or at least part of the creed, just like the Jedi were forbidden. They're talking about a mythosaur. that the mythosaur, uh, the first man, I missed a little bit of it. That like the first Mandalorian was able to call the mythic mythosaur. Oh, he's gonna bathe, or well, I'm guessing. I don't know. I see him. I would say if he takes off his helmet to bathe, it'd be kind of interesting. And what's the precedence? Is it or what supersedes bathing versus the? Jeez, man, they're doing a lot of jump scares, man. He was literally doing the pledge, the oath that Grogu, I think, had to do when he like when Grogu became his ward. But just as he was doing that and going into the waters, then right at the end he got taken, and he didn't have a jetpack or anything. I was looking for him. She found him. Well, what dragged him? It's not showing. It's not showing the creature or whatever it might have been that grabbed him. Ah, that looked like that was supposed to be a mythosaur or something. It had horns and it opened its eyes. Oh, they're gonna hit it there, aren't they? Ah, interesting. Let's see if the art gives anything away about if that was indeed a mythosaur. Because it you saw it looked like a horn and then opened its eyes. So it's like, what else would it have been? Come on, show that. What do y'all think about the episode? I really hope those that are watching, they are watching on their own thing. Because I never want to accidentally spoil somebody's experience if they haven't seen something. Seeing the gauntlet was pretty cool. That was really cool. And this creature was really interesting too. It was someone had said last week about like it was cool how Star Wars was bringing the weird back, and I was like, I agree, full heartedly. All right, it's getting closer to that moment. Mm. Yes, I don't spoil things for people. Oh wait, oh, did it? Let me see. Um, I missed whether or not it did. Let me just rewind a little bit. Um, okay, there's that scene, but is it gonna show? Ah, interesting. Okay, so the art didn't show what that was, but let me go back to that scene because that certainly looks like a horn. As they're going, There's a horn. There's a horn for sure. Yeah, I feel like that's has to be. Oh man, interesting. Because also like right before they jump into the water, there's a horn. Exactly, it's a horn. But no, like right before, what did she say? Let me go back to just as they're about to go in the cave. She's reading the description of the cave. Maybe I'll pull up closed captions. I don't usually do that, but I'm curious. English. Okay, let's see. Because and actually, it might even with the closed captions, it actually might give a little bit more of if like sometimes if there's a beast or something that then or an animal, it'll basically be like, oh, this animal says this, and it actually gives it a name. So, but let's go first, just right back to that description. He goes over. Where's this at? Is this when they're water? Is this after they've already read it? Yeah, but it was like, here's the living waters. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so this is the age of the first Mandalore. In the ancient folklore, the mines were once a mythosaur lair. Mandalore the Great is said to have tamed the mythical beast. And from these legends, that the skull signet was adopted and became the symbol of our planet. So we've seen the symbol, obviously, um, and even in the last episode with the armor, we saw that symbol. So for it to say that this used to be a mythosaur layer, and then to see a horned animal of some sort, is a pretty good indicator that that is indeed the mythosaur. That thing looked huge, by the way. Like in terms of scope, pretty nuts. Wait, and did it? I already forgot what I said about the first Mandalore. Did she say? Let me forward. Um, Let me do it again because I'm trying to remember if she said back to the age of the first Mandalore, right? Thanks folklore. The mines were once a mythosaur lair, which we already said. Mendel the Great is said to have tamed the mythical beast. Interesting. So, you know, I don't know, but I feel like there's something to be said about that because Mando, as he's getting into the what, the living waters, as he's getting in, he gets dragged down. We don't see what that is that he's being dragged down. However, simultaneously, we do see a horned, at least one horn, so therefore it's horn, beast. And it just said about the Mandalore the Great is rumored to have tamed the mythical beast. And this used to be a mythosaur lair. I don't know. So it'll be interesting. Obviously, this is only the second episode, so we're going to see more and go through that. But this was kind of scary. So because he does, I swear on my name and the names of the ancestors that I shall walk the way of the Mandalore, and the words of the creed shall be forever forged in my heart. And then that's when he gets dragged. Pretty crazy. Pretty cool. And then I'm just gonna plot or dramatic music. Let's see if it says in the captions. But I feel like what they're trying to do is like leave some breadcrumbs, and then obviously we'll see what he technically did finish his cleanse. I think. I don't know. It's a good question, actually. That is a good question. Um, that is a very good question. I mean, he's fully submerged in the water, so I would say he's like he's definitely he's been in a sense, baptized, sort of like by that, or the Mando equivalent of the baptism, being cleansed of his sin. Yeah, I don't know. Yo, crazy, crazy, crazy. That was that was cool. That was super cool. Wow. Yeah, seeing the gauntlet, we got, that, yeah, that was pretty crazy to see. I mean, like we went through a bit. I'm trying to like remember all of it because we had him being captured by this weird sort of sentient beating, sentient being. I don't think I still said that right, but anyway, Grogu saved the day. Yes, he did. And did we actually get him a first word? Let's go back to that where Pelly was saying, uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that 100%, but I certainly think that it's certainly um, more than likely a possibility. I know, man. Tripping out for sure. I'm just going back to see if Grogu actually said a word because I didn't hear it. I mean, he's coos. He jumps. He babbles. So I guess Grogu didn't actually say his first word, but he's getting closer to audible vernacular. I think at some point we'll see. But right now he's sort of like the droids where they're just kind of making sounds. But it's pretty cool. We got R5, we got Mandalore. We got a lot of cool stuff in that. That's and the Civic Center. Oh my gosh! For those that watch the Clone Wars, that's pretty awesome. Um, Speaking of, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the pause or stop on this for real quick. Um, I think I might. Yeah, Grogu. What was it? Oh, whoops. Ah, there we go. Grogu pushed the creature with pure disrespect. For real, man. He's like, get out of my way. Get out of my way. And again, going back to Grogu, I really hope that his first word is like data or something like that. I mean, I feel like that would be a great little payoff. It's definitely what Star Wars would be like listening to all the fans calling Mando Space Daddy. Uh, I feel like that'd be a win. But it's cool. I mean, clearly Grogu has got a better control of some of his force powers. The way he did that flip over to Pelly, he is a space daddy, 110%. Definitely is. Um, yeah, I mean it's cool, and it was super cool to see Bo wielding the dark saber. Clearly, she has a bit more experience with it since she did have it at least at one point, and she really took care of that droid creature that was going after him. But I'm curious if they'll ever like talk more about it. Let me see if when they again just using the captions to see if it gives it a name or anything. There's the gauntlet, da da da, and then yeah, there's Civic Center and this creature guy. Or actually, you know what? Let me just go back to this. See if it because he does some sounds obviously. Grogu said 66. That'd be, that'd be crazy if he did. I mean, we already saw in the trailer that clearly it looks like Order 66 is going to be brought up again. Whether what context that's being brought up, if that's being brought up again about Grogu and like potentially who saved him, or Grogu remembering something, hard to know on that one. But if he did say 66, I mean that'd also be really really sad and curious to know like what his last image was and again who actually took him out of there because all we know is he saw some things happening. The thing that we've seen so far is that we saw Grogu seeing the stormtroopers, or not stormtroopers, clone troopers, the 501st, rocking up and you know, taking people out in front of him. But we haven't seen Anakin. There was that scene in the trailer. I think it looked like a lightsaber. I don't remember if that's exactly what it was, but clearly, um, yeah, Grogu said to the cyborg, "I'm gonna get my anti-bow katana on you." Yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought Grogu was maybe gonna do a little bit more. Like maybe that was gonna be a chance for him where he just like starts crushing and like crunch the whole thing together. But to still see Bo-Katan wielding the dark saber and just taking it out all in one go was also just as fun and cool. And again, I'm pretty sure we'll see more of Grogu's like force powers. They're giving us a little taste each time, and there's only 8 episodes in this season, which is crazy. Only 8 episodes. So we got 6 episodes left, and that's it. So yeah. BT dubs. So what I was thinking about doing is watching Life is Crazy. It is very Life is Crazy. I don't know if that's what in relation that is to. Um, but yeah, was thinking about actually going ahead and just jumping into the Bad Batch. If anyone wants to stick around, because that new episode came out, and apparently D. Bradley Baker, aka the voice of all the clones, has said that this is, or his favorite clone is going to be in this, which is really interesting because I mean, there's a lot of great clones. You've got Fives, you got Echo, you've got obviously all the characters of Bad Batch, you know. Um, so I'm like, who is this? And then someone, I think it was Tracy Canobio, the PR person, she had talked about how some sadness happening, or that's what it seemed like. And I think it was like tears or something that she had posted. So if you were one of the Bad Batch, which would you be? I mean, I'd be Tech. I'd be Tech. Well, hmm, hmm. I'm not as cold in a sense, or as calculated as Tech. Like, you know, when he was talking to Omega about, you know, losing Echo and how Echo decided to go on, and Omega's like, hey, this is our family and it's falling apart. Like, this is so sad. And he's like, well, he just went off to go do his own thing. Doesn't matter. We will still operate as a team as we always have. You know, in that sense, it was kind of cold not being as relatable to Omega. So I'm not that, but I am techie, and I am a Ravenclaw. So that's where I kind of go. But Echo, maybe I'm probably Echo. Echo's a bit more. He. What's great about him is like he's like the Bad Batch, where he's sophisticated. He has his own thing, but he's also, you know, he's like Reg, or as they used to call him, and you know, he's experienced a lot of stuff, a lot of trauma. In a sense, I have to, just like I'm sure a lot of people have. So yeah, I think I'd probably go Echo then. I'd go Echo. Who has the hotter body, the cyborg or General Grievous? Yeah, well, that's what it was reminding me of, was General Grievous, big time. The eye thing was really interesting because it also reminded me of the alien that we see in the garbage pit in A New Hope. And as you know, they're being crushed in the trash compactor, and like that alien pops up. That's what the eye reminded me of a little bit. And then also, you know, kind of the eye. Well, it's a cyborg eye that we see at Jabba's place that comes out. So I'm curious. I hope they kind of give a little bit more information on that. If it was Kroll, that's the race of General Grievous. But anyway, I mean, Grievous, I really enjoyed his quips and things like that, especially in Clone Wars, and his kind of cockiness. Obviously, like, he's not a great character in terms of what he does, but he was more developed. So, but you said hotter. I mean, this guy was pretty cool because not only did he have his own like exoskeletons, you know, his body sort of just like Grievous, he also had like a legit like mech body, which was pretty cool. I wonder if the cyborg was left behind by the Empire to kill stray Mandos. Exactly. That's what I was wondering too. I said that in the live stream was like, you know, is this a well, I was like, is this a sentient being of its own that it's up there of its own accord, or was it left by the Empire to essentially protect and make sure that, you know, if any like stray Mando came, that it would take it out and essentially not allow anybody to go back and say that like, hey, you know, um, yeah, to not let the Mandos know that, you know, that they can go down. Also, what's really interesting, and I'd have to go back, is I think it was kind of in a strategic place because it was as I think it was as he was going towards the Civic Center and he goes down, right? Uh, that's where the creature is, and so clearly that is where, you know, that's where the mines are. That's how you get to the mines. So he's in a very strategic place in terms of where he had set his trap up. So that's where it makes me think going more with the Empire, and that this is something that was left behind, and he hasn't got the memo, or he, you know, maybe doesn't really need much to survive. Like it's, I guess, because General Grievous, we never see him like eat. We never see him uh, have to take any substance to essentially stay alive, except, you know, what the little tubes things are. So you know, that's where I'd be going. Um, why? Hold on a second before the teeny weeny beanie. Why was he draining Mando though?
So
That's a really good question. I that's really good because clearly he's not taking his best card. It looked like he was taking his blood. Why he was taking his blood? It could be to make more machinations of something like him. So like maybe the blood was going to be end up using as like a transfusion, and like he's literally going to make another piece of him, which would be pretty crazy and pretty gnarly also all at the same time. Do you think they were going to clone and make a new Mando Empire army since they liked how the clones turned out with Django? I don't think so because I mean, yes, they like Django clearly, and Django was really well trained and had a lot of the qualities that they wanted, the aggression and etc. But they, I mean, in terms of having like a clone army again, their whole reason they didn't like the clones is that um, they're they follow orders, but then well, one, they do fall apart. They have advanced, you know, in terms of the aging, which is why some people are wondering like what like is Rex going to be alive in Ahsoka and things like that. Um, but they also want to have the dogma, and it's cheaper too. But I don't know. At least I don't think they would make a whole bunch of them. Maybe specialized. I could see that. I could see something like that. But yeah. Oh, tell us. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to like make it dis. Sorry. Go for it. Tell us about your teeny weeny beanie. For anybody who hasn't seen it yet, I could probably play it on here actually. Teeny weeny beanie. It's all about. It was Jimmy Fallon and Paul Rudd. They did a teeny weeny beanie, and it's all about like it being just enough to like make sure it's not over your ears, but then also to cover your hair if it's a bad hair day. So mine's not quite a teeny beanie weenie, but it's close.
teeny weeny beanie.
The teeny weeny beanie. I'm definitely not a singer, but it's a fun, and it does do the job in terms of making sure that the hair looks good. You know, because if I took this off, oh yeah, that probably wouldn't be the best thing. You know, yeah, we're not gonna do that. I want you all to pretend that I look really good under this beanie. Okay, we're gonna go with that. Use some imagination. Maybe they wanted genetic material for Palpatine's clone process, extracting stem cells from Mandos as involuntary. Well, okay. So here's the thing. I'm not saying that that's impossible, but I feel like if anybody clearly was going to be extracted for the genetic material, it would be those of force sensitive. Now, whether this creature thought that Din had some force sensitivity, who knows? But in terms of extracting for those purposes, like creating strand casts that we see, you know, Snoke ended up being a Palpatine, and then the strand cast that is technically what is the father of Ray, which is kind of a cluster. There's a lot of questions, and I'm trying to remember the name of the book that I read that went into that. But anyway, um, Shadows of the Empire, I think was what it was named. And it kind of went into that and how he escaped, and it makes it more plausible and more understanding. But anyway, just to going back to that is that basically in terms of the genetic material that would be worth harvesting, because otherwise, what would make it like what would prevent Palpatine from doing that from anybody, like in general, of taking stem cells, right? Unless, because I don't believe it's been clarified or talked about that all Mandalorians have force abilities, if that's what the case is. And also we know that anybody can kind of be a Mando. Like Din was taken into the clan. So in terms of Mandalorians as a race having midichlorians that Palpatine would want to harvest to create these strand casts, again, I'm not going down that path. I think that he would rather just going back to like Clone Wars, and I forget what the name of the program was that he was implementing, but he was like essentially abducting force sensitive kids and had them, like abducted and like was doing experiments and stuff with them. That's where I think it's more kind of like with Grogu, taking the the DNA, the sample to create a strand cast or to create that genetic material. Does that make sense? Hopefully it goes. Who better for genetic stem cells than Manos and Grogu likes? Yeah. Okay, yeah, exactly. So that's where I would go with that, because again, since Manos aren't necessarily a race, while yes, it's weird because it is a race, but then also anybody can be a Mando. So then that's where it doesn't make as much sense. That's where I would think more that the reason why this machine machination of sorts was taking his DNA, or at least that's what it looked like, is to essentially probably create another one of himself, or to feed himself. There's a lot of questions still there, and in terms of what was happening. Maybe we'll get clarification on that as it goes on, but maybe not. Maybe it's just like something up to your imagination, and could be breadcrumbs for something else to come, because clearly, at least it does look like, on that last time that Bo takes out the machine, that it is now died finally. But did it? Who knows? Hard to know. Anyway, so oh yeah, you know what? Before I even look at jumping into Bad Batch, let's check out just to see if anybody donated. I should have had that on my screen, but I didn't. Okay. Let's see what we're at. I'm gonna refresh it real fast. And all right, no worries. So no donations tonight, or at least not yet. So let's not say that it can't happen. All right, Mike, you are you caught up on Bad Batch? Let me go find it real fast. I'm guessing the episode it's out by now. I would guess. Let's see, season 2. Let's see, where am I at? I keep like changing the. Oh, it's out. All right, the outpost. A new friend is made on a harsh and unforgiving planet. Outpost planet. Kind of looks like Hoth, just literally from. Oh, you gotta start season 1. All right, man. All good, brother. Sound good, man. All right, peace. For everyone else, anyone else that is here, I'm just gonna jump into Bad Batch, just so then it's we're good. So just I should have I wish I had like an overlay, which is like spoiler warning in case anybody is watching this. But I guess if you're watching it, then you're hearing me. Spoiler warnings for Bad Batch season 2, episode 12 that I'm about to hit into. So let me restart the counter Um, See, we're getting better, y'all. We're getting better. And then next week we should have our same setup that we had before. So, um, boom, 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 and going to go. Here, and just for the record, it went from start. So I don't know if there's going to do a recap or not. I don't think so. Uh-huh. The Bad Batch was pretty great with the Zilla Beast coming in. That was cool because we haven't seen that. We haven't seen the Zilla Beast. I mean, it's like season 5, season 4 of Clone Wars, and that's been a minute. It's been a super minute. The Outpost. Bum, 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 bum. Um, so it's like Coruscant, I think. Crassi. The they're forcing the clones into retirement. Uh oh. This Arson 4. I don't recognize. Yeah, they really don't like the clones. They're oh throwing a lot of shade there. The lieutenant's like, I don't like used equipment. It's back to that mentality that clones are nothing but machines. It's really sad. The Coruscant's looking pretty drab right now. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, it's cool to see ice vulture like a dragon. Is that one of the droid right? Security droids? Hmm. Let's see. Oh, jeez, that was pretty savage. Is I mean, they were like I said, they were left for 36 rotations. It's like, hey, no one's been helping them out. Oh, yeah. This commander was like, "Hey, in my experience, respect is to be earned, not just granted." He's challenged him too. He's like, "Hey, how many missions have you commanded there?" I'm guessing the other clones have been taken out by this ice vulture creatures that we just saw a second ago. Hmm. Mayday, that's a cool name. Curious if Mayday's the one that Bradley D. Baker said his favorite. Definitely has a little bit more like maturity and like age to him. I'm digging the beard too. I also like the setup he's got on his clone armor. It's pretty cool. It's got the like the wrappings and stuff like that. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like Dune, but obviously this is like a snow planet, so a little different. Hmm. What would be in this that would make them be guarding it for over a year? Hmm. It's a little ominous. Oh, uh-oh. And they're under attack. But yeah, like what? Why would the raider? I'm really curious. What's in this? Oh, what just happened? So they just blew up the ship. Are they other clones? Couldn't tell from. Something just seems odd. Huh. Just so everyone knows, watching Bad Batch, season 2, episode 12. Hmm. Oh man, they lost another one. Oh, both of them. Shit. Oh, I feel like some things are gonna come to head. It's either one of Crosshair or Mayday here, like this lieutenant. Understandably, I mean, homie hasn't done any missions. This is his first one. He's power tripping. He wants them to go recover two crates. They don't know what it's in it, and they lost two men. And this guy's Mayday's been there for a year. I mean, I'd be like, Yumbara, where they did with oh, what's his name, Pel Crow. He had like multiple hands, um, and they took him out. Well, it didn't take him out. They. Oh wait, no, I think they did actually kill him. So what's interesting is the rebel they just found was wearing armor of their guys, which is why we haven't had got a great glimpse of him, but I almost wonder if it's his troopers for some reason. But then that'd be weird for I don't know. Something just seems a little off. Mine? Well, that's unnerving. Hmm. That's unnerving. Oh, it's unnerving. But yeah, the Crosshair just stepped on a pressure mine, so Mayday's helping him out, giving him a little. It's actually pretty ingenious. He's got like little spikes that are basically just helping keep the pressure evenly on each sides. Oh, he just told Mayday about what force he's going force 99. Crosshair said they're gone. Obviously, they're not. But I think he does believe that they are. At least still, I think. Cheers. I would then get away from it. Be like, all right, now that I know it didn't go up, I'd be like, let me get out of here. Mm. Oh, that was pretty slick. Took him out. Interesting. I don't. Well, my first hypothesis was wrong. It was just weird because I thought I saw them wearing clone armor for a second. Digging the music. Nice. Definitely getting intense. They're like more or less cornered. Oh, pressure mines. Nice. That's good. Oh, well, no one else is gonna get that cargo, but neither are they. I'll cause some interesting. Or were they able to get it? What was the cargo? Uh-oh. This is stormtrooper gear. Oh man. Uh-oh. Avalanche? What's going on? Oh, that's terrifying. Oh shoot. Yikes. Is that Mayday or Crosshair? Crosshair. Oh, don't tell me Mayday. Come on. That'd be so sad. You hit the rock? What, like what? Come on, don't come off right here. Nice. After he said about over my dead like dead weight about bodies, that is nice to see that crosshairs helping a fellow clone. Gotta be freezing. Mm, mm. But I like seeing this like clone camaraderie happening. It's really cool. So why would they bring the cargo though over to this remote planet? Like that part doesn't make as much sense. It doesn't seem like there's a mining area here, and they've been watching it for over a year, and it's the new stormtrooper year. But why put it on this planet? Like, why not somewhere else where like the empire is more centralized? Just seems weird. Now there's more stormtroopers. Oh, you better not be taking them out. Are they gonna take them out? I thought for a second they're gonna do a firing squad. I was like, don't do that. Oh man, if other clones saw it, but I mean, obviously there's no clones there besides Mayday and Crosshair because Beach and Etch they both got taken out. So he's not gonna give him medic. Oh my gosh, jeez. Uh, yeah, how savage these like Empire G's are. The lieutenant here, especially. Yeah, you don't care, man. Jeez. Oh, oh, the vulture. What is he thinking? What's interesting is he's definitely has that Aryan feel. He's got the blonde hair and blue eyes. I feel like that can't be a coincidence. Oh, what are you gonna do, Crosshair? Oh, I was not expecting that. Crosshair just took out the lieutenant. Oh boy, the Crosshair just died. Oh, I was like, geez, are they really gonna end on that? I mean, if he okay, yeah, if he is alive, they're gonna. Well, they're not gonna be all that happy. That's for sure. Oh, he's back at Mount Tannis. Oh boy, at least that's what it seems like. What's the- That can't be good. She's trying to reprogram him. Oh, that's why I'm a little confused there. I mean, obviously, we're probably not going to find out this episode. It's probably going to end like really. It ends right there. Wow. Huh. Well, Crosshair certainly he's understanding that Empire. I don't mean well. But now the question is he going to get brainwashed or like reactivated, sort of thing? Uh, man. Wow. Well, um, dang, that was that was something. All right. Well, we are at almost 2 hours. I'm guessing most people. Oh, here, let me stop the clock. Uh, Perfect. Um, anyway, yeah, it's been a little bit of a late night, but hope you all enjoyed it, had a good time, and you know, if you're able to, if you're able to share, maybe the chair to be with you. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Able to check that out, please do. Again, it's for the LA Marathon in support of Charity Water. And Charity Water is an amazing organization that helps provide clean water to those in need. And one of the craziest statistics, and we talked about this at the very beginning of the stream, is that out of all the things that kill people, guns, wars, etc., one of the biggest one that kills the most amount of people is um, diseases from not having clean water to drink. And that's what Cherry Water is aiming to help fix in what they do. And then what's really cool is that they have private investors that take care of all of their expenditures, for their salaries and things like that. So that when you or I donate 100% of that goes to actually doing the clean water projects. And that's amazing. And you can see exactly where it goes. It gets you a little geo marker where you can see the well that you're helping out with, and etc. And then you can keep tabs on it. You can see how it's doing, when it needs to go through maintenance and things like that. And so it's super, super cool. So anyway, please, if you get a chance, check it out. If you donate, even though, let me actually just double check no one donated, or if they did donate, that I give them a shout out. And then the shout out would happen also on the stream. So let me just, or on my socials. It's a little late, clearly. Shout out to Focus Aid for helping me stay awake. All right, so no worries. No donations that came in tonight, but it's all good. Trying to get to that $500. That'll help about 10 people get clean water, and that's pretty awesome. And again, for me, it's all about how I can give hope and inspiration to people like Luke Skywalker did for me all those years ago. So thank you so much for all the support, all the love, and comments and things like that. And feel free to leave comments on this after it's been posted. So and check it out. But till then, may the force be with you always. Good night, y'all.